Today, we're comparing Google's AI Studio versus ChatGPT 5. I gave each the same exact 5 prompts, and we're gonna see which one wins. Without squirrel ado, let's build. Prompt number 1 is going to be a landing page build for a local service-based business. For today's demonstration, we're gonna be doing a local plumbing service based in Austin, Texas. All of these prompts used in today's demonstration can be found in the YouTube description below. So for Google AI Studio, we want to go to the build section. Same with ChatGPT 5. We want to make sure we select the canvas. All right, let's give Canvas the head start and give Google AI Studio build. Now, some things that we're going to be testing is we're going to be testing speed. We're also going to be testing quality of output and then ease of use, how easy it is to preview and interact with the prototypes that we're prompting today. So it looks like ChatGPT won the speed here. Let's preview. And I want to deny. All right, let's check ChatGPT's. Oh, look, they both finished roughly at the same time. Look at this. Wow. Now, I do want to give each kind of their moment in the spotlight. So since ChatGPT technically finished first, let's go take a look at its layout here. Let's expand this. All right, Longhorn Plumbing. License insured since 2029, clear, call to action here. I would want to link this tell with colon and then the phone number. And then on mobile, if you tap that, it automatically starts, it pre-fills that phone number into the call part of your mobile device. All right, we have a broken link here, but I can see how this would look pretty cool with a little floating kind of 24/7. Austin, I would want to improve on that a little bit. Call now, get free quote. This takes us straight to the bottom. And this is a rather simple landing page. Okay. All the content is blocked. Interesting. I would want to see a little bit more of a... It's not bad. Let's just put it this way, not bad at all. So now let's go take a look at Google AI's output. All right. All right, it missed the beat on the map. But I gotta say, from a landing page perspective, I really like Google AI Studio's output more. That's obviously something we would have to fix with vibe coding there. Wow. Okay. So without any edits, without going any further into this, first try, Google AI Studio would be my pick. And this is no shade to ChatGPT. It did a good job, but it would require a lot of tweaking and fine tuning. You can tell here that like a mobile responsive version already looks better than this. This looks very, very cluttered at the top. I do not like this at all. The Google AI Studio, look at that. I mean, it nailed it. It nailed it. So for this example is we want to build a website for a dental practice in Miami, Florida. We're going to analyze and provide complete local SEO optimization strategy, schema markup, Google business profile optimization, logo citations. Number 2, LLM optimization tactics for AI search engines such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude. Geographic targeting strategy for ranking in Miami dentist searches. Technical SEO checklist specific to service businesses. Content strategy with 10 blog posts topics optimized for local intent plus AI discoverability. Format as actionable implementation plan. We're actually going to alter this. Build it like it's a website built in 2025 and not 2015. Be modern and take a glassmorphic approach. Okay, slight tweak to the prompt here. And I wonder if us giving ChatGPT the upper hand on the first test by that millisecond or seconds was the difference. So we're gonna run prompt here, run prompt here. So Google AI Studio nailed the speed here. ChatGPT is still working. And I think it has something, obviously something to do with the fact that it planned it before. And even with ChatGPT's added step, look at this. It finished it, seconds after Google AI Studio. Interesting. So I want to, let's actually allow so that we get those placeholders. I'm realizing that the first demonstration, the first prompt, I denied all. That's why the placeholder imagery was blocked. So since Google AI Studio won the speed test, we're going to preview this landing page first. Wow. I love it. Nailed the glassmorphic effect. One thing out of the gate is I would love a little more creative, right? This is very dark. And, when you think of dentistry and teeth, you think white, right? Not black. So could be something to do with my glassmorphic note. Interesting. I think my prompt is the reason it's organizing it in such a way. So there is some errors here. So let's go back to, there we go. Schedule your visit. Okay. These call to actions don't work. Toggle code preview. And let's just reload the app. Okay. I'm noticing, I think it missed the beat here, right? The strategy was more for the back end, not for the front end. So let's see if ChatGPT did the same thing or if this was just a Google AI Studio output. All right, so now let's check out ChatGPT's output, full screen. Already, I'm loving the light theme to it. This works, call to action works. Will allow explore services. So this could, use some touching up, We're just going to deny now because I'm tired of that reloading. But, a fact section, great. Interesting. We didn't ask it to build this out, so that's not a big deal. But these are pages that we would want to build out for an SEO optimized approach here. Oops, let's go back to the preview. Okay, so I'm shocked by this, right? First output. When it comes to speed, Google AI Studio won. There was one less prompt, one less confirmation on Google AI Studio. However, it did miss the beat. Whereas ChatGPT 5 built out a plan first, and then it built us the preview. And it didn't finish that far along after Google AI Studio. So I would have to give, while I still love certain parts of this, I would have to give ChatGPT a point here. It gets the win on this prompt. It nailed it. So obviously you don't want to push something like this live. I want to reiterate this demonstration and comparison is all about one prompt, see what we get, compare the output, compare the speed, and compare the ease of use. And for test number 2, ChatGPT wins. So we are tied up at 1-1. All right, let's create a new chat. And let's go back to start, create a new chat, and let's grab our next prompt. Now, we're going to be building a newsletter generator tool. Let's go into the build and let's go into build here as well, Canvas. All right, so here's the prompt. Create a newsletter generator tool that takes 1, topic industry as input, 2, researches trending news in that space, 3, writes a 500-word newsletter in conversational tone with 3 subject line options, 4, includes what's trending section with 3 bullet points, number 5, ends with a question to drive replies. Include the system prompt, workflow logic, and example output for AI tools for small business owners as the topic. Make it production ready so I can turn this into a web app. Pretty solid. So we're going to go back and forth here. ChatGPT gets the start by half a second. And it's already ready. What? That's insane. Okay, let's wait for ChatGPT to finish here. Because ChatGPT hasn't even started building the thing yet. Wow. All right. While ChatGPT is working, let's just go ahead and test Google AI Studio's output. And let's hit generate. Generating your newsletter. AI is researching and writing. This may take a moment. Wow. Wow. Obviously, you know, some formatting needs to be done to this, right? You don't want to send a newsletter like this. We'd want to format it properly. That's obviously something I wish Google AI Studio would have nailed, but did a great job. I'm not going to read through all of it. I want to see a preview of this app. Let's prototype it. Enough documentation. I don't know how much more clear I could be to ChatGPT. I want to see a preview of this app. Let's prototype it. Enough documentation. I selected Canvas down here, so that's not the issue. There we go. Okay. Perfect. We are coming on 3 minutes at least since Google AI Studio finished. Now let's see if maybe, just maybe, the formatting is better on this output. Let's see how it does. Now, one note that I would add to this is if you want to see me build a newsletter generator from scratch, first of all, drop a comment below. Excuse the tweak in my voice. Drop a comment below and let me know you want to see that type of content. And already, you know, thoughts that I'm having to improve this newsletter generator is, let's say you have some YouTube channels that you look up to. You love their research, you love the content they post, and you want to summarize it. You want to get inspiration from it. We can create some logic that during its research phase, our web app can review a document with source links. It can then scrape that YouTube video via downloading a transcript from the YouTube video. There's a lot of steps that go into that. And it simply, every time you generate a newsletter, or every time you prompt it to generate a new newsletter, it will then go and analyze whatever sources you link, right? And this could go for X accounts as well. And then give you, not a copy paste of their work, but inspiration from what they talk about to incorporate into your newsletter. I think that'd be a really cool touch. All right, prototype is live. Yeah, it took a while. It took a while. I gotta say though, I do love, now let's go full screen really quick just to see how this looks. Yeah, it's super top down approach, very simple interface. Now let's go over to ChatGPT's output. Super responsive, kind of love that. Now I'm not going to do anything. I love how we can change different tones, and we're just going to generate here. Okay, interesting. ChatGPT missed the beat when it came to speed, but it did do a lot more research and documentation into getting a more desirable output. You have your markdown file, you have an HTML copy paste, but then this is the preview. It actually gives us a great preview with good formatting, right? Spaces in between each talking point. Now, it doesn't include what's trending. Oh, it actually does. Okay, interesting. So, very interesting. Let me generate one more time, just kind of compare this almost mobile looking view. Wow, this is actually a tough one. So obviously Google nailed the speed. It was easier to use to get the prototype working. But ChatGPT, while it may have missed the beat on those first two, it nailed the formatting. I like its output better. Then I like Google AI Studio. This is tricky though. Google AI Studio just won 2 of the 3 kind of metrics that I'm testing on. Now, if speed's not an issue for you, then go ChatGPT in this case. I hate to do it. Do I give it a tie, or do I just give the upper hand to Google AI Studio? Chat, what do you think in the comments below? Which one do you think wins here? I think for the sake of trying to be as fair as possible, while Google AI Studio was quicker and easier to spin up the prototype, ChatGPT's output is undeniably better. That's tough. So I'm going to give it a tie. I was not expecting to give any ties on this demonstration here. This is insane. Okay. Wow. Now, this, we're actually building a PRD, so we're not building out an app. And with that being said, I'm not going to toggle on Canvas, and I'm not going to go into build here on Google's AI Studio. So the prompt. I want to build a SaaS tool that helps local service businesses automatically respond to Google reviews using AI. Turn this into a complete MVP document, including problem statement and target customer, core features for a minimum viable product, minimum 3, maximum 5, technical architecture diagram description, user flow for main use case, success metrics to track, a 90-day launch plan with milestones, estimated development costs, and timeline. Format as a professional MVP specifications document. All right. And let's get started. All right. So Google AI Studio won by speed. Let's check quality of output. And they're both easy to use, so they'll both get that same point there. So Google AI Studio output looks very much like a just I'm loving the look and styling, obviously, of ChatGPT, the way it kind of tables this. It creates us a diagram here. Google AI Studio did not do that. So visually, ChatGPT is a bit more appealing. But technically, which ones wins? Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to use Claude, right? Since Claude is known as the builder, Claude Code is a game changer of a tool. I use it every single day. This video is not about Claude, right? But we don't want to compare the 2 PRDs on these platforms because we're trying to figure out which one gave a better output. So we're going to use our judge, Claude. And before I actually prompt Claude, let's download. Should be a way to easily download this. Maybe not. Copy as markdown. Okay. So I will have to create. All right. Let's just start the prompt for Claude. You are a MVP. All right, so for Claude, please compare these two MVP docs and give me a clear winner based on which one has the better or has the more optimal output. MVP doc number 1. And so just for the sake of this, all right. Interesting. Hopefully it remembers now. MVP doc number 2. Now, normally I would attach files here, but I just want to kind of copy everything. Copy. And let's see what it does. Oh, wow. Okay. So it is saying Google AI Studio has 1 key reason: superior technical depth, provides a comprehensive serverless architecture with specific components, includes critical considerations like asynchronous processing and decoupling via message queues, more realistic cost more realistic cost estimation, more thorough breakdown. It accounts for UI and UX design, cloud infrastructure costs and API usage realistically, better feature specification. Okay, so, yep, exactly what I noticed, right? Adds a human touch with a buyer persona, architecture diagram, the things that I noticed. But according to our referee, our special guest in this video, Claude, it looks like Google AI Studio won this round. So that's 2 to Google AI Studio, 1 to ChatGPT, and 1 tie. Now, let's go with our 5th prompt here. And it's going to be, this time, we're going to do a PRD, and we're going to have Claude be a referee, be a judge, if you will. All right. We'll stay out of the build mode. We want to stay in chat and stay in chat here. So for this PRD, we're going to be building a Chrome extension that auto-generates LinkedIn posts from any article URL. Include product overview, user stories, functional requirements, technical requirements, UI and UX requirements, success metrics, launch checklist, and then format as a production-ready PRD specifically for an engineering team, not a marketing team. And let's get started. All right, speed-wise, Google AI Studio wins again. ChatGPT not too far behind. Not too far behind. Okay. So now it's asking to, if we want to create a visual wireframe mockup, we don't want to go that far. What we want to do is just copy the output. I got to say, I'm loving Google AI's output. For it to autonomously do this and do this at a speed of which it beat ChatGPT is just, to me, is mind-boggling. Okay, so we're going to copy his markdown and we're going to go into our referee and interesting. Okay. It looks like it's given ChatGPT here the win, which I'm shocked about, right? Okay. So PRD 1, which is ChatGPT in this test, is significantly more production ready and demonstrates superior product thinking, while PRD number 2 is more comprehensive, which caught my eye, but less actionable for immediate development. Where PRD 1 excels: clarity and scannability, Talks about the formatting, actionable requirements, production focus, better scoped for MVP, visual design consideration, inconsistent mix of bullet point, harder to scan quickly, sections. Interesting. I was not expecting a tie. I'll be honest. I was not expecting a tie. When you compare speed across all the tasks, I think Google Studio won. But that's not what we were comparing. That's not how we're selecting a winner. We were selecting winners based off of each output. And we ended in a tie. 2 to Google AI Studio, 2 to ChatGPT, and then 1 tie, right? Split down the middle. Now, if we want to get a little bit more nitpicky and get down just to speed, I think Google AI Studio wins hands down. When it comes to the output being more legible, I think that ChatGPT wins. But when it comes to the quality of output, I think Google AI Studio wins. But all in all, as you've learned with our tiebreaker, our judge, our surprise guest in Claude, you know, it gave one of those tests it gave the MVP doc as a clear winner to Google AI Studio, and then the PRD doc, a clear winner for ChatGPT. I mean, I'm blown away by this test. I was not expecting, I came into this with 0 expectations. I didn't know which one was gonna win. The one thing I focused intensely on was making sure that all 5 prompts bring value to you, right? People want to build landing pages. People want to build SEO and LLMO optimized websites using AI. And then the newsletter generator system, maybe you haven't thought of that. Maybe this gets the ideas flowing in your head. That's what this video is all about. It wasn't necessarily to dog one versus the other, or trash one tool versus the other. It's to show you the power of AI. Either tool will work, but don't sleep on Google AI Studio. It is underrated. It's not being talked about enough. So, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me make a particular video around a specific topic, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Marcelo. This is Clearmud, and clarity matters.